In video number 10, we're going to talk about finding your audience. Most products have multiple audiences. We saw this in the last video where we talked about car insurance. There are a number of different audiences for car insurance. You have bad driver auto insurance for young people, car insurance for old people, car insurance for middle-aged farmers who live in North Dakota. Okay, well maybe that's taking it a little extreme, but you get the drift. Even with products with specific audiences, there are sub-audiences. And I want to show you this with a popular ClickBank product called The Magic of Making Up. One of the reasons this product is so popular is because the author gives excellent affiliate support. So it's become a very popular product. But it's also something that people really need and really care about, is what happens when you've been dumped by somebody you love and how to get back together with them. But you would think that this is something that has one audience, people who have been dumped. But actually, there are lots of different kinds of people who have been dumped. There are boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, people jilted at the author. He or she is going out with my best friend. And an article written to boyfriends who have been dumped may be very different than an article written to girlfriends who have been dumped, which is again different from husbands who have been dumped. And when you pick an audience for each article or for each series of articles, you actually can connect better. You should focus on one audience at a time. I wouldn't write an article on boyfriends who have been dumped and then the next article I would write would be on girlfriends who had been dumped. I would pick an audience and write 10 or 20 articles to that audience, because this way you get to know how the audience feels, and you get to really get into the emotions that that audience has. You don't want to write to the masses. You want to write to one person. Give him or her a name and a description. Make your audience typical but very personal. Your audience, meaning your person, has a problem. You have a solution. When you direct him to the solution, you both benefit. Keep in mind that real people read your articles. This is not just a numbers game. It's not just a matter if you put 1,000 articles out there, you'll have a lot of success. While I've told you in the past that it's important to be able to write quickly, you also need to be able to write effectively. And the way you write effectively is you write to an audience. You have to show these real people that you have a solution to their problem. Now, I want to shift gears just a little bit, because I think that this is an important component of writing to an audience, and that is, can you be an expert on too many things? Sometimes when people read an article that you've written, they'll Google your name or the author name to find out what else you've written on the subject, because they want to know more. But when this happens and you use your own name on everything, they'll see articles on pest control, car insurance, dating, etc. And all of a sudden you've lost all your authority with them because you've seemed to be an expert on too many things. So if you're going to be in a number of markets, you might want to consider using pen names for the different markets. Here's some other reasons to use pen names. One is personal privacy. If you want to keep your online persona separate from the name on your driver's license. Another thing is you might be a little shy about putting your name on your initial efforts if you weren't the person who got A+ in all your compositions, and you kind of want to hide behind a pen name in case somebody sees them and they're not as good as you had hoped. Also, you might want to develop your own products down the road. If you start doing a lot of articles on making up and you think, hey, I'm now an expert on this, I could write an ebook on how to make up with your ex-girlfriend. You don't want to have too many articles out there endorsing other competing products. So that's a good reason to use pen names. There's also reasons not to use pen names. When we looked at EasyAndArticles.com expert articles listing, you saw the listings of their top authors, and they had thousands of articles, and that gives you real article juice to have that many articles. If you become an authority on article marketing, that may be a reason to use your own name. And if you want to pick up some quick cash and you're an expert author, you can do some ghost writing, and it'll help you to get clients if you've written a bunch of articles under your own name. So in this video, we've basically covered finding out where your audience is at and then solving their problems, and then putting the correct authority pin name to the article. And that will help you make more sales.